Well, hello model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ral, and this week I'm going to feature a build of a Charger here, which is a very popular car, and matter of fact I get multiple requests to feature a Charger, which I think is great. It's that popular of a car, and I like them as well, so I'm not complaining. And it's just kind of funny to me that I featured 4 or 5 of them if I remember right. 72, 71, a 70, 69, and I know at Daytona. So I know I featured a few of them, but it's just kind of funny that I've been getting requests to, hey, when are you going to feature a Charger or even a Cuda, which is kind of funny to me. But very popular cars, and I'm a Mopar guy at heart. I love all muscle cars, but a lot of the Mopars are really my favorite. But when it comes to the Charger, this is my favorite. The 68, just absolute favorite for me, and has a lot to do with, really like this Coke body style, which was very popular. And when it came to the Charger body style, and for me, love that uninterrupted grill with the vertical slots in it. It's just, to me, a great grill. And then I also like the round taillights back here. I really like those. I think that's pretty cool. And then the matching round side marker lights that go along with it. Just really like those little touches right there. And to me, it's just a beautiful car in shape and design and everything. And when it comes to the second gen, 68, 68 is my all-time favorite, but I love the second gens. And then 70 comes next. Same thing. Love the wraparound front bumper and then the grille treatment on that one. And I like the taillights. I don't, the slots like it. And the chrome surround that goes around it. But when it comes to the 69 is my least favorite of those three. And it's mainly because of that interruption in the grille. I don't hate that car. So don't get me wrong. Love the body style. I would own one. It's just of the 3 years, the 69 is my least favorite. But still, I would have one. So don't get me wrong, it's not my least favorite or a hated Charger. I love it. It's just 68 and then 70 and then 69 just falls last for me. But that's me and my personal preferences. But when it came to Dodge and the Charger, this thing really took off. It was something like 90,000 cars sold, and it was the first year for the RT package, which made the 440 standard, whether it was automatic or manual. And it was 375 horsepower motor there, and you could step up to the Hemi. That was your only option in the RT, was to step up to the Hemi. So very, very cool car, very limited. But they had the regular Chargers as well, and you can get a 383 or a 318 in it, and even a 6-cylinder, which those are super rare compared to the older models. The 66 and 67s. They had some different options, and the Hemis were available in those, but there was no RT package. They were just Chargers, and it was a Coronet body for the most part, with hideaway headlights, and then the whole fastback roof and a whole new taillight treatment and everything. And that body style is kind of grown on me, although for some reason I haven't built a model of one of those. I did start one, and I think quick count is I have 4 of them. 2 Revell versions and 2 of the MPC versions. In one of those MPCs, I do have the Modelhaus conversion kit to turn it into a 66. So that one eventually will get built. But when it comes to the Charger and the nameplate was around even longer. I don't know how many of you guys actually know the Charger. The 66 was the first year of its standalone car. But 65, the Charger name was used on a Dodge. It was the 65 Dodge Dart GT 273 Charger package. Very rare car. A couple of hundred of those made. They were all yellow, and they were California model only. But it had an emblem on the side of the fender that said 273 Charger, and then the wheels had Charger emblems on them in the center cap. So super rare car. Pretty cool. Nice little piece of trivia. And then there was a concept car before that. There's a 64 Dodge Charger Roadster. That one you might want to look up and everything, because it's basically a Polara with the roof cut off, turned into a Roadster with a roll bar and whatnot. And I'm not sure how many of those were actually made. There was at least one, but maybe another one recreated. or found. There's some stories online about that particular car, and it had a 64 Hemi in that, or at least one of them did. I believe that was the original show car. Really super cool car. And then of course the Charger name from the Ram Chargers racing team. So the name was kind of there, and it just slowly migrated to an actual car. You know, this is that car. And when you think Charger, you think this body style. And then for me, like I said, this 68 is my all-time favorite. But if you're noticing, looking closely, this is not the Revell kit. But to be honest, it's not even an MPC kit. It's a Modelhaus resin kit. And I bought this sometime in 2003, 2002. I think I finished it in 2004. At least my earliest pictures is 2004. And it was one of my first full-on resin kits. I didn't I bought some resin bodies and stuff, but I think this was my first Modelhaus kit, and it was filling holes in my collection. Basically, it was, you know, I wanted to do this one was my all-time favorite, and at the time Revell had come out with their really nice 69 Charger. They had their Pro Modeler kit, which had a roof problem, and then they issued a correction kit for it. And so I had one of those, but I really wanted to do this one. And then I had one of the earlier MPC Dodge Chargers as well. It was pretty cool. I ended up tearing it apart for pieces. And when it came to this one, I used the chassis and everything on that, because this Modelhaus kit is a full-on copy of the MPC kit. And I don't believe they did anything to it. But at the time, Revell had not issued the Dick Landy 68 Charger kit, which I eventually, you know, when that came out, I bought that kit and I kit bashed it with another 69 RT to make a stock 68 RT, as that was what was available at the time. And it made, well, it ended up discontinuing this kit, so Modelhaus has stopped offering this kit, which wasn't very expensive at the time. I think it was like a $59 kit. But I found it on eBay and got it a little bit cheaper secondhand from somebody, because a Modelhaus kit to me at the time was a lot of money. After getting this one, I could see why. This is the highest quality I had seen up until then. And I know Modelhaus now and the status that they achieved. But to me, it was just a lot of money for a resin kit. And the resin kits I had experienced before that was basically a Jimmy Flintstone body. And his were cheap, $10 body basically with a hood. So his kits were cheap and great entry level resin body conversions, and took some work to fit, but not complaining. You know, I like the results of what I've got out of his, but his price was great. But when it jumped into this, we're jumping 5 times the price. So it was like, all right, I'm getting an interior and bumpers that are chromed and some other parts. I didn't quite see the value in it at that point, but after getting this one, it was like, oh man, this is a great kit. Then I bought a 70 Charger from Modelhaus. That one's a great kit. Matter of fact, I got 2 of those. You know, being a direct copy of the MPC kit, just awesome quality, and you know, MPC got the visions right. So anybody who sees one of these, and if you know the original annual kits, you can see why they get so much money. And they've come down a little bit, because now if it's not your only game in town for a 68 Charger, but they still command some good money. And I got some of those now. When it comes to the MPC Annuals, I've got 68, 69, and 70 rebuilders that have come my way, and so I bought those. But I had already built this one and loved how it came out. Built a Revell 68, and then I've got an MPC copy Modelhaus 70 Charger, which you've seen, that's on the channel. So I got that one as well. So I got all of my years taken care of, but I haven't shown them all to you on this thing. So to get into this particular build, like I said, it's pretty much a straight copy. Vacuum formed glass. I did it in British Racing Green Metallic, which is just a tester's bottle paint, and sprayed it on this. This one doesn't have any clear coat on it. And I purchased some Fred Katie decals, which is where this Bumblebee stripe came from. and his are straight stripes. They're all pretty much straight, but the real car, it should V a little bit to follow the trunk. But and I've done that to kind of correct them. And I used later AMT wheels and tires on this. And your typical like Dukes of Hazzard Charger MPC chassis, which is alright. I mean, this gives it the full-on vintage vibe using this chassis under here, and it fits the kit with no problems. You can use the later B-body chassis from the GTX or Roadrunner, and I'll probably end up doing that. And you can see some of the fingerprints in the paint, and this thing it's been polished. It could use probably another round of polishing, but you know, for a vehicle that's almost 20 years old, this is one of my pretty good builds. And bare metal foil all over the place on it, and really like it in the dated bumpers, which all this came this way. The clear lenses, the chrome taillights, all of it right from Modelhaus. So if you're familiar with Modelhaus kits and the full-on 68 interior in there, which I think they even gave you the dash, you can see some of the polishing that needs to be done here. But of course, when I built this, gotta have the Hemi, you know, and it comes in the kit that way. And my only beef with the Charger Hemi is the air cleaner is not chrome. It should be chrome, but it's not chrome. This one, I think it's one when I did these, I originally covered it in bare metal foil, but when I started sending stuff to Chrome Tech, Bob, I pulled that air cleaner off and stripped it again. So I had sent him a couple of these and got them chromed, even though you can get the Revell one right from the 67 kits. It's got a nice chromed one in there. And of course, they just copied this right from from MPC. You can see Modelhaus's trademark Charger right on the bottom of the hood. And then the way they made these pegs, you can position the hood up or down, just to, you know, how you put them in there. Tuck them in that way or tuck them in this way, and you can have the hood up or down. Kind of slick, pretty cool. But I figured this would be kind of a fun one to show you. And I don't know why it's kind of funny. As I feature some of my older builds, for some reason, after a while, I'd realized a lot of my 68 model year builds were dark green. I had a 68 Shelby that was green, convertible. This one that was green. I believe there was 4 green cars I had for 68. And the 68 Roadrunner was originally green. I had stripped that and did that in a different color. And then I had 2 red 68s. So I had 6 68 models built, and 4 were green and 2 were red. So when I started doing more, I started to pay a little bit closer attention and started picking alternate colors. So it gets a little harder to pick colors when you start to realize, man, I've done that color before. I've done that color before. Well, I've got a couple of 100 built models now. So it's like, all right, what color do I pick? I'm like, well, it almost doesn't matter. Matter of fact, when I take the other one that I have and finally build it, I'm not sure what color I'm going to go with, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to put the later AMT chassis underneath it. So I've got a few 68s planned as well, because I got some other Revell ones. So some of those will come down the line. And I got to do the Revell as a bullet car, the black bullet Charger. So I got to do that one. That's planned. But I figured I would show you this one. Get your Mopar guys drooling and everything, but just one of my favorites. I'm a big Mopar guy myself. I love all muscle cars, but I really appreciate and love the Mopars and the underdogs, even the AMCs. It's hard to pick, but when it comes to the Chargers, this is my absolute favorite year, and I'd love to order it with a Hemi and a 4-speed. I don't know if I could pick a color, but I know I'd go without the vinyl top. And whether or not I'd have the bumblebee stripe on the back or not, that's another one that would be a tough choice. But just a beautiful car and just my absolute favorite Charger. I figured I would show you this one this weekend. And you guys, thank you for your comments and subscriptions and everything. I really appreciate it. And you guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Saturday.